Well, hello there, and how are you? I'm going to put on some of this Proraso Blue Pre-Shave Cream, and I'll be right back. Start the show. My razor today is going to be this two-piece plastic Supermax Kwik razor, Kwik. I don't think they make these anymore, but somebody makes a similar one. I've seen something like this branded differently, so you might be able to find that or an old one of these. My blade today, on what will be its second use, a Supermax diamond edge blade right there. And let's see here, my cream is going to be the Supermax Menthol. It's the blue and white label there. And my brush, which I've already lathered, is this Conversational Shaving brush, the official brush of this channel, synthetic G4 knot on there by Frank Shaving. And I lathered in this bowl, the Timeless Razor Shaving Bowl. So I'll try to get a lather going on my face here. Hope I didn't put too much water in this, and I hope you're all doing well out there. I'm just going to sort of paint this on for the most part, I think. But maybe I'll try to do a little twisty here, too. Might be better just painting it on. I got a much better lather with the cream off camera, of course, the other day. Sometimes when I'm doing a video, I'm too busy thinking about the video and editing it and so forth. This isn't too bad. Could be worse. Nice, cool, and refreshing with a light, pleasant scent. I'll go ahead and wet my razor and get started here. Okay, here we go. Pass number one with the grain. I also did a little garden update video, but I may have to show that separately because it ended up a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. 4 or 5 minutes compared to the 1 or 2 minutes I usually do if I'm just going to include one of those in my shaving videos. Yes, sir, this isn't too bad, but I need to apply kind of a light touch with this razor. It can bite me sometimes. This razor can bite me. No, I don't mean it that way. I think I only paid like $7 for this razor or something on eBay, probably. But it was a new razor, it wasn't used. Somewhere around here in a box somewhere, I've still got the blister pack that this came in. Okay, let me go ahead and rinse this. We finally had some rain again today after 3 very hot days. And then it got pretty hot again after the rain. And it's been very muggy. Between passes, I might have to go out and fire up my air conditioner again. Quite a lot of audio feedback here, and not nearly as uncomfortable as that shave I had a week or two ago with a really cheap razor. Okay. Supermax also makes a couple of other creams. One comes in an orange and white labeled tube, and there's another one. I forget what color its labeling is. Unfortunately, I don't have those. I'd like to get those sometime. Oh, and the Supermax Blue, to me, it smells very similar or almost exactly like the Boots shaving cream from the Boots pharmacies in the UK. In fact, it was an old video of Paul H's that turned me onto this, and after we became friends, he sent me some of that Boots stuff. Everything except the aftershave, which contains alcohol, I guess, and probably can't be sent via their mail to here in the United States. I hope I didn't just bite myself there. You gotta be careful. This is a sort of aggressive razor. Not super aggressive, but a little bit. I don't know if there's a big blade gap per se, but the blade seems like it sticks out pretty far on this razor. Which is handy in a way if you want a good shave and can discipline yourself to use a light touch, as we're supposed to do with this type of shaving anyway. So I might still, after all these years, have some bad habits left over from using disposables and cartridges. Okay, it's this year, this month in fact, it's, I believe it's this month, 9 years of this kind of shaving for me. I'll be right back, and then we'll go again, across the grain. Okay, let's go across the grain, shall we? I hope your week's been good, and I hope you're having a good summer. Like I said, my garden, I don't know if I mentioned this, but my garden is doing very well. And another neighbor put some plants out there in big pots. He put his pineapple plants out there. One of them has a pineapple growing on it, which is pretty small, but still. In this neck of the woods, it's strange to see pineapple plants growing anywhere. But he had them growing in his apartment for a while. But those won't be in my latest garden update video because he hadn't put them out there yet. And now my petunias that I had hanging up in a basket off the back porch there, they have pretty much all died. But the things in the flower beds, those plants overall are doing pretty well, especially the wildflowers. And for the most part, the rain today helped those, although there was one bloom that was kind of looking like it was wilting as if there had been no water given by me or from above to the plants. Sometimes those wildflowers can be a little odd. I know because I've spoken to them. They think I'm a little weird too. And the naked lady plants, also known as a type of belladonna flower, which I guess is very different from another kind of flower that's called a belladonna flower. I don't know why. But anyway, they're called naked ladies colloquially because their leaves die off before they sprout up on tall stalks. And anyway, they were already established there before I started some flower beds, but they haven't bloomed yet. But I read online that they're supposed to bloom in August. We'll see. Also, some gladiola bulbs I planted have not sprouted yet. And either I got some bad bulbs from Dollar Tree for $1, 4 of them for $1, or like I read online, I think it said something like 60 days before those germinate. So that would have put their germination time sometime in early August. So they'll either germinate or not in the next couple of weeks, I suppose. Yep, funny world, the plant world. So many different kinds of plants and different rates of germination. The wildflowers were supposed to take 12 to 15 days to germinate, and the weather was perfect for them, I guess, because they germinated in 5 days, less than a week. It was a pleasant surprise, and of course they grew taller than anything else in my flower beds, or my garden, as I sometimes call it. Although it's probably not big enough to be a garden per se. Okay, I'm going to pop out, pop back in, and then it'll be time to go against the grain. Very light menthol in this Supermax menthol, blue menthol cream. And I don't know if there's supposed to be any menthol in the Boots cream that smells so much like this to me. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look at the package again, the tube. Okay, I'm going to start on my neck. When I go against the grain, I usually find it easier to start on my neck for some reason. One time I did a video, I was trying to get a clump of nose hair and I cut my nose with using this razor. I don't know what kind of blade I had in there at the time. I'd have to go back and check that too. Please don't ask me to do research. Oops. I was supposed to flip this over when I went to the other side on my neck here. And now I'm going to rinse. This razor usually rinses pretty easily, especially when I'm just using a light cream from a tube like this. Looking to see how I'm doing on time here. If there's enough time, I might include that garden update. If not, I'll put it in one of my coffee and conversation videos in a couple of days, I guess. Pleasant shave overall. It sounds kind of rough, but that's probably because I have a couple of days worth of growth here. It doesn't feel nearly as rough as that previous shave I mentioned earlier. The one where I used like a $1 or $2 Chinese razor. Which is funny because I got a $6.50, I think, razor from another Chinese razor from, oh, what is it, Dollar General here. The Shavely razor, which is very much like one of those Weishi razors, or one of those Micro Touch 1 razors. Very similar, not exactly, but similar. And I even used one of the included Chinese blades, and that shave turned out remarkably nice. Now I'm going to disappear. I'll come back and it'll be pickup time. Okay, let me step aside. There's the crazy magical clock letting us know it is officially pickup time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, magical clock. Okay, here we go. Let me pick up the razor again. Yes, sir, pickup time. Oh, I did get a little weeper up there. A couple of them, I guess. I was trying to use a light touch, but these things happen. I don't think it'll be anything that some nice cold water won't fix. Better a weeper than a bleeder or a gusher. Let's see. I don't even remember going against the grain under my nose or on my chin there. I guess I did. Too busy thinking about other things. I'm gonna rinse the razor and go over my neck one more time. Okay, just very gingerly. I don't know that this will be a BBS shave, but I do have a feeling it'll be pretty close. To use some terminology or colloquialism that I've been using the last I don't know how many videos, I probably shouldn't try to gild the lily too much. With this razor, it seems, regardless of what blade I have in it, and this is a good blade because I've used these Supermax diamond edges in other razors with pretty good results, but this razor with whatever blade can be a bit rough. Like I said, not nearly as rough as that shave I had with the really cheap Chinese razor, but and I don't know where this razor's made. Again, don't ask me to do research where it was made, because I think these have been discontinued. At least I wasn't able to find any more. There's even a possibility that this may also have been a razor that could have been given to me, but I'm not sure. It seems like all my cheap razors, except for the really cheap ones, cheap as in not very good, but all my inexpensive razors seem to have either been given to me along with some other razors and stuff because I ordered from a certain vendor, or they cost $7 if I bought them online. Okay, let's see. Gonna rinse the razor, rinse the bowl, rinse the brush, rinse my face. I'll be back with Mr. Towel. Here's Mr. Towel. Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't know why. Mr. Towel was recently laundered and he felt so soft the other day. And I haven't used him that much, but he feels kind of, what's the word? Nah, he feels scratchy today. Very nice. Mr. Towel was so soft and gentle last time. And on this side he feels soft. I guess it really should be Mrs. Towel if I'm rubbing it all over my face, but let's try to keep this as a family channel here. Okay, put Mr. Towel back where he belongs. And I'll start a brief recap and I'll put the finishing touches on the shave here. Okay, started out, prep my face off camera with Proraso Blue Pre-Shave Cream. And my razor's been this two-piece plastic Supermax Kwik razor, Kwik. My cream has been the Supermax Menthol in the blue and white tube. My brush was this Frank Shaving Synthetic Conversational Shaving brush, official brush of this channel. And my bowl I lathered in was the Timeless Razor Shaving Bowl. Okay, let me move over here. I gotta pause a second, I forgot something. Wouldn't you know it, I had everything in here except for my witch hazel, so I'll use the TN Dickinson's this time. And this is an astringent because it's got 14% alcohol by volume. So there could be a little sting on this already. And I do feel some sting. Witch hazel by itself without the alcohol component is more of a toner, a facial toner. This is a mild astringent. I used to think all witch hazel was a mild astringent, and maybe in a way it is, but I never or rarely feel any sting if I use it. Okay, it's the TN Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Okay, moving on. Okay, moving on. We have some Lustray Blue Spice aftershave. Very nice. And let's see. I'll take the cap off here. I was hoping it was a flip top, but it does have a nice restrictor built into the bottle there. And I'll get this going in my hands, a little on the wrists, behind the ears, on the temple, back of the neck. A lot of sting, but also a cooling and spicy, very nice scented, yeah, just nice, very nice. And this bottle, I believe, was somewhere between $7 and $10 off of eBay. I don't remember the exact price, but very nice stuff. Barbers use that. Finally, I'll finish with Nivea Men Sensitive Cooling aftershave balm. Not just the sensitive, but the sensitive cooling aftershave balm. And let's see. Oh, that's plenty there. Set that aside. Got plenty in my hand there. I believe that'll be enough. A nice cooling shave for what turns out after the rain to still be a kind of a sticky, warm evening outside. Nice and cool in here due to the air conditioning, thankfully. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I'll go ahead and include that garden update. So after that, it'll be ta-ta and peace out for now. Okay, somebody requested a garden update, so here we are. That right there is one of my, it's a bird suet seed, whatever, feeder. And the suet seed, whatever that's in there now, is mostly for cardinals and birds like that. And we don't have a lot of those around here right now. But the sparrows ate the dickens out of some peanut, a block of peanut suet I had in there. This stuff that's in there now is kind of mushy. Some of it fell down onto a breeze block there. I don't know if you can see that. I did see some of the sparrows, or one anyway, going after that. Still got, it's kind of hard for me to see my screen now, so I'm trusting that this camera is picking up everything that I'm talking about. Still got a little thing of phlox back there that's past its blooming point, and maybe some weeds back there that I need to pluck. Some mums that have no blooms on them now, but they should, at least in the autumn. Some blanket flowers back there, and some dwarf geraniums and a miniature rose. Some people were wondering why, or people around here anyway, were wondering why I had the geraniums so close to the roses, but that was because I guess I thought those geraniums were going to die, because others that I planted here in the middle, this was all just some geraniums, but 4 little geranium plants died and 4 ended up surviving. I deadheaded those recently. Got some salvia still blooming here. Some mums that are starting to bloom, I think because they get a little bit more shade than the others. Because, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tree there that provides some shade later in the afternoon, and that shade eventually reaches over here. So again, there's the mums that are blooming and the salvia. Back there is some dianthus with little red flowers that is almost at the end of its blooming cycle for the year. It tends to bloom in the spring and early summer, so we're over a third of the way through the summer, I think. These wildflowers have really taken off. The taller stalks have bloomed. They've gotten some buds on them, and some of those have bloomed. The smaller flowers down closer to the ground grew first. Moving over here, I don't know if you can see it very well in the camera. There's some more phlox, a little bit that's past its blooming point for the season. Some third bloom of these leucanthemum, the little white flowers with the yellow centers. Also, going back over here just for a minute, third time blooming for the roses. The roses are supposed to bloom all season, and so are those dwarf geraniums. In fact, I read online that geraniums were favorites of Thomas Jefferson, one of our founding fathers, because they bloom all season. And going back past the wildflowers over here to some supposedly shade-loving wildflowers, and there were a couple of poppies involved. I wanted to get those on video because the wind, just a little breeze like we have now, blows the petals off, and you might be able to see a petal lying over there. Got some, let's see, what do we got here? It's polka dot plants doing pretty well, and more of the tall wildflowers with maybe, there was like one little bloom left down there if you can see it. And that's about it for now. Oh, and my neighbor's tomato plants that he's got out here. One more thing here, and you're going to hear the mowers going. There's some petunias I hung up there in a basket, and then I'm going to have to refill that hummingbird feeder soon, and there's another one over there.